congratulations on the film, this wonderful
Thank you.
little film. I couldn't help but, obviously, given the context of the film, remember all of my holidays as a kid in caravans and all these discos and tribute acts and all that kind of stuff. So I just
It
wondered,
definitely brings it back, doesn't
yeah,
it?
did
It's
it
so
do it for you? Did it
nostalgic.
kind of bring back memories of when you were a kid going to these weird places that your parents would take you to?
Oh yeah, 100%, definitely. Yeah, we went on a lot of family holidays like that as a kid, and Butlins and Pontins, and yeah, going to Skegness or Cleethorpes and staying in a caravan, and doing bingo, or watching the entertainment, getting dressed up for 80s night,
Yeah,
getting
getting
high on
pulled,
sugar.
yeah, getting pulled onto the stage for some magician's weird
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
It's a crazy
very
thing. I
fond
remember
memories.
when I was a kid, I was just going to say, do you remember the Ho seasons holidays? They had in the 80s, they had like a jingle, and it was in my head the whole time I was watching this film because
Well, how does the jingle go?
it was like, hooray, hooray, it's your Ho seasons holiday.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Maybe I'm how are you? Well, maybe I'm older than you. Maybe it's an 80s thing that only I remember. I don't know.
Late
Just
80s. I remember the late 80s.
Oh, okay. It was early 80s, so who knows? But I mean, there's this wonderful kind of family dynamic in this. So, in terms of making the film, how easy was it for you guys to kind of get along? Because it feels like, even though it's a small independent film, you probably made it quite sharpish in many ways. That there's a great kind of
Oh
camaraderie
yeah.
and real family dynamic between the group of you.
Yeah, there wasn't much time for rehearsals and things, so we just had to sort of get stuck in straight away. But it's so easy with people like Nell and Joe and Tabby, and Sam. Everyone was just, you know, really lovely. And I think it helped that we were all living on the caravan park for the entirety of filming, because we got to hang out, after work, and have breakfast together, dinner together. I'd go and knock on for Joe and go around for a cup of tea. So we're all neighbours. It's quite nice and really easy to quickly form a sort of family bond. Also, Marley's writing is brilliant, and a lot of it is in there in the writing, and it's just perfect to start improvising from. And Joe Hartley's like the queen of improv, so that really helps too.
Yeah, she seems to. I spoke to her a couple of times actually, and she seems to be quite good at keeping Ricky Gervais on his toes, which I think is quite a good skill considering everything that they do. Obviously, in Afterlife together, it's quite a good skill. I think,
Yeah.
to be able to keep up
Oh
with
yeah.
Ricky Gervais.
100%.
And
That's probably
forgive me
why
if
she
this is
didn't.
yeah, forgive me if this is incorrect, but you were actually really pregnant when you were making the film. So is that a
Yeah.
challenge to do that? Because normally you get all the things kind of added, you get the belly and all that kind of stuff. But how is it for making a film where you're actually pretty far along?
Um, it was great. It was just really good timing, and I'm just pleased that that sort of worked out. Because when Marley told me about the character and that she'd written this part for me, I was super excited. But I was sort of, I just I was 3 months pregnant and I hadn't told anyone. And I was thinking, maybe I won't be able to do it because I'm pregnant. But then she she dropped the bomb that, oh no, the character's 8 months pregnant. So it just was meant to be. It was brilliant. Yeah, and it's actually a lot easier than having a big fake bump strapped to you, because I've done that as well, and it's actually really uncomfortable. So being actually pregnant was, no continuity problems. It was just the bump's always there and it's always in the right place. And obviously I could draw on my experience to sort of make this ridiculous character as well.
And I want to ask you about working with Nell, because she's extraordinary in the film, and for someone so young and so kind of early in her career, she really has an amazing presence and really brings kind of AJ's story to life. What was it like working with her, given that she was, this is one of her very first kind of roles out the gate?
Honestly, I was just blown away by her performance and her how sort of professional she was and how dedicated she was. She's always learning lines and wanting to sort of go over the script and have a little improv jam, and she just really dedicated herself to it, and it really shows. And she's just super talented, isn't she? She's just got something really special. I can't wait to see her in whatever she does next.
Yeah, and I mean, it's coming out when the film comes out. I think this week is when everybody's talking about Jamie comes out. This comes out next week, and there's like a, you know, you're kind of following each other in terms of these films about acceptance and being who you are, embracing life and everything else. How important, especially in 2021, that these stories continue to be told and kind of embraced for people being themselves.
Oh, I don't think there's anything more important. I think it's wonderful that we can tell these stories and that independent film exists so that we can do that. And stories like AJ's are out there, and to see a lesbian character at the front, at the forefront of her own film, and she gets a happy ending, is actually really rare and something that should be really celebrated.
Yeah, absolutely. Before you go, I would be remiss in my duties as someone that works for an entertainment website if I didn't ask you about that little independent project you had earlier in the year, which I wish you congratulations on, because you were fantastic in that show. Have you absorbed the way that Sylvia's been embraced by fans across the world? Because I can't turn on social media without seeing your face and doing all the people drawing photos of you and Tom Hiddleston doing these things, taking lines from what you said in the show and making them into art and, TikToks and all this kind of stuff. Have you kind of absorbed all of that, or is it still a bit of a whirlwind?
It's still a whirlwind, to be honest, because it's still going, it's still happening. And but I do try and engage and look at the art that people are making, and obviously I'm just super grateful that people connected with it and like the character, and it's inspired so much art and so much conversation, and so I'm obviously super happy with it, but it is still quite overwhelming and surreal.
Yeah. Did you know, and obviously not to, just finally before I let you go, I won't spoil anything obviously, but the way the show goes and where it ends up, and obviously now they've obviously announced there's going to be a season 2. Were you aware beforehand of what the connotations of what happens towards the end meant for the bigger picture? Because fans have just gone mental, and there's been people have sort of said, oh, there's surprises coming, and then no surprises have happened in the other shows, and then in Loki it's like, oh, here is all of this. Did you get a sense of what that meant, or were you just like, I'm just playing my character and they can worry about all the rest of it afterwards?
Well, yeah, that really. I mean, I had a slight sense of what it meant, but I don't think I quite realised the magnitude of it. And I still don't really understand what it means for the whole franchise. I guess we all just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I would say at least you're not in Andrew Garfield's shoes, because I feel sorry for him in a way, because he's getting asked about himself left, right and center, and he has to just sort of be like, I can't say anything even if I could want to. At least you can kind of talk about it now. It's a strange thing.
Yeah, I can talk about what's happened, but I don't know what's coming, so it's we'll all just have to wait and see. Crazy.
Sure, Tom does.
Exciting. Do you think?
Maybe. I think.
I don't think he does.
Oh, really?
Honestly, they're so good at keeping secrets, even with us.
I mean, we all thought Tom was dead. Let's be honest. We were all like, "Hey, he's dead," and then
that's happened a few times.
There he is. There you are.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Well, congratulations on that anyway. But I wish you all the best with Sweetheart. It's a really wonderful film. Really, really enjoyed it. And I hope it goes really well for you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Scott. Thank you. Pleasure. Nice to meet you.